Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Blue Whale and welcome back to another Why Did I Lose? Today we're going to be playing Elise, and this gameplay is actually going to be one of the exact kind of gameplays that I want the Why Did I Lose series to be. So basically, this should be a good episode is all. And here are the runes I used, and here are the masteries, and I hope you guys enjoy this video. Okay, so here we are in game, and first things first, the music you can hear in the background is the Viridian Forest remix. I tried to find music that kind of fit Elise, and this song definitely does not. Elise, this song's really upbeat, and Elise is not an upbeat champion. If you know anything about the lore, you know she's from the Shadow Isles, and she's upbeat is not the word you would use to describe her. So anyways, but I chose this song because it's a forest remix and she's a spider. That's not important, but I just wanted to give you that fun fact. Now earlier, one other thing before we get actually into the game. If you haven't seen my channel update, you need to watch it, the most recent one. It's really great news, and I won't spoil anything, but very, very excited. Anyways, now we'll talk about the game. I am playing Elise Jungle, and like I mentioned in the intro, this is a game that I would say is a perfect example of what I want to use for Why Did I Lose. Basically, it's a game where I played pretty well, and in the end my score is not going to look that bad, but our team's going to get absolutely crushed. And it's in those games that a lot of people would look at this game and then say, oh, I couldn't have done anything, my team sucked, oh, but there's always something you can do. And that's what we're going to talk about in this video. Now, as for the starting, I am totally cheesing this Maokai. I'm not going to kill him at his red, at least. I don't usually do that. Well, I don't ever try to cheese people and kill them in their jungle, but this is different. This is, Quinn did not come to check on their red. By the way, guys, if you're a top laner, you need to either be standing here or here and then check up on your blue and your red before you go to lane for this exact reason, because certain junglers like Elise who don't need a leash at all and will be fine with their clear might just screw over your junglers. That's what I did here. Basically, Maokai's a very weak jungler on his own, and he has to have blue buff. So I knew for a fact he was not going to be starting red. Elise, on the other hand, strong jungler, and she doesn't need blue buff. So I started his red. And then, you know, I'm not done with his red, because what you can see down here, maybe on the minimap if you're looking, our Nautilus was trying to get this Maokai behind, heavily messing up his jungle clear. You know, that's okay, but really, I think that he should have just gone bot. Somebody is going to die here for it, but anyways, before we talk about that, I did leave up a small Krug, and I did fully clear his red. I've mentioned this before slightly, but I haven't made the invading video yet, but basically, if you're killing a camp, you always want to fully clear the camp, no matter what. Always fully clear the camp. And if you're killing little monsters, you usually only leave one monster up, unless it's in very rare scenarios, but we won't go into that. Anyways, I left up one small camp for each of those, so basically, if Maokai had not just gotten a kill bottom, he would be completely screwed this game. But since he got a kill bottom, he's really not that far behind. He's already level 3. You know, he's almost beating me in levels. He is beating me in levels because I didn't fully clear his jungle. I will hit 3 after this, but if this had not happened, Maokai would be done. And we probably would have won this game, but since it did happen, that just makes our job a little more difficult. I am going to I cleared the scuttle just so I could hit level 3, and I'm going to go for the blue. I'm going to clear it, and I think I'm going to gank top as soon as I get this blue. The reason I didn't immediately go gank top is because I was out of mana, and Elise definitely needs mana. Doesn't need mana to clear, but you definitely want mana before you're fighting champions. So I go ahead and clear that. I am going to transform before I get to lane, so that way my transform is going to be back up in case I need to use it. The Quinn E's onto the Cho'Gath, so it's a pretty easy stun to land. I stun her, Cho'Gath combos with a Rupture. Quinn flashes away, but I am Elise, so I'm just going to repel after her. And then we are going to kill her, and I am going to take that kill. Elise, I've been playing Elise recently, and as far as taking kills on Elise, if you can take them, just take them. She's perfectly fine with taking or giving. You know, it's not, don't steal them, but if you're going to get one, it's not a problem. But anyways, I've been playing Elise a lot recently, basically because I wanted an AP jungler, because usually picking an AP jungler is always safe in low elo because nobody likes to play AP champions for some reason. This was a rare case, and it actually kind of screwed us that both our solo laners went AP this game. I was first pick. However, that's not important. Long story short, I've been playing Elise basically because Echo's been permanently banned. So I can't play Echo at all anymore this patch, so I just play Elise instead. I don't play Nidalee. You guys may have seen the one Why Did I Lose on Nidalee. She's not my type of champion. I just can't play her. You know, there's certain champions that people can and can't play. Whenever I play Elise, I have really great scores, but I just can't win with her, so I'm not gonna play her anymore. Nidalee. I didn't say Elise. Anyways, all this leads to is that I need an AP jungler that is not full tank. That's Elise. Here we go. So anyways, I go get a gank top. Now I have a kill up, and what's happened is my Vlad has already died twice this game. And what that means as a jungler, you don't normally want to gank losing lanes, and that's almost always true. However, there are certain times where you have to apply a band-aid, and this is definitely one of those cases. I don't want Vlad to go like 0-10, so I am going to show up mid. I hit a stun on LeBlanc, no problem. I do the full combo, which is Q into W, and then I jump in with my spider Q so I can get close to her and hit her. However, she flashes away and her passive goes off. But what this means is that her flash is down. So what that means for me is that I need to go back mid almost immediately. I am going to get my red first before I do anything. However, one, LeBlanc is, well, she doesn't kill the Vlad, but you saw my bot lane died, and what happened was they just got in a fight, they got beat. They go back, the Tristana doesn't want to recall right now, and there's a reason for that. A lot of people might think she's kind of trolling right now, which what she's doing is not smart, but the reason she didn't want to back is because she didn't want to be level 4 when Jhin was like level 6. However, all that means is that lock on Maokai gets a very easy gank, he comes bot, and then Tristan is dead. So already 6 minutes in, mid lane's died twice and our AD carries died twice. So it's looking pretty rough for our carries this game. However, all I can do in this scenario is Tristana has a better chance of doing well than Vlad. So I'm going to try to snowball Tristana is my main priority, and I'll put a band-aid on Vlad. That's my main goal, is to maybe get one kill on LeBlanc so she stops killing Vlad on repeat. But all in all, Tristana has a much higher chance of doing better than Vlad in normal circumstances, so I'll go bot most of the time. Now, as for the, let's see, there was something I wanted to talk about. I always lose my train of thought. Not that important. Maokai ganks bot again, and Tristana is able to kill the Janna. She's gonna actually get the Jhin here too. So this was, I think she gets the Jhin. Does she? Okay, she does get the Jhin. So this is what I'm talking about, where it was a really good. Oh, I remember what I was gonna say. But before we talk about that, Tristana kills the Jhin, and this is what I'm talking about. She was 0-2, and then she comes out 2-3. That's not bad at all. She did really good there. I kind of mess around with these guys because they're both pretty much out of mana. You guys can see their mana bars here. I mean, we can click on them. Maokai, I know he's zoomed because I play Maokai, and I know he's not going to be able to do anything else this whole fight. And then LeBlanc, I thought she didn't have enough mana to E. However, maybe it's her ult. Okay, maybe she used her ult on me, and it's free. I didn't know that. I didn't even know LeBlanc's ult's free. Basically, I was trying to punish them because they were both out of mana, and I figured I could kill the LeBlanc. But then, the more you learn, today I learned that LeBlanc's ult costs no mana. She uses her E on me, and I am going to die because I thought they were completely but surprise, this has no cost. So anyways, I did die there. That was definitely preventable. That was me being very, very greedy for no real reason. Even though LeBlanc and Maokai looked Quinn could have had TP. I wasn't sure if her TP was up or down. It did happen to be down. But there's a lot of things that could have gone wrong there, and it was just a really aggressive play by me. It did not pay off, and it was kind of stupid. And what I wanted to say, this leads us to the point that I wanted to say. This game, while my score is going to look fine late game, every single death up until maybe the last two, because basically when your whole team's doing extremely poorly, it's really hard to not die. You know, no matter how well you play, if you're actually doing something, you're probably going to die. So all I want to say is my first few deaths this game were all very preventable, and it was a major factor as to what hindered me from carrying this. Now, I'm not saying that if I had not died at all, we would have won, but any death counts. Deaths count a lot. Here, we come for a gank bot, and our solo laners both actually teleport in, so it's just an absolute slaughter. We killed our bot lane. I do snare the... well, Nautilus ulted the Quinn, and then when his ult hit, I stun her afterwards. We're going to kill her. I make sure that Maokai does not... I'm trying to make sure that Maokai's not going to try to steal the dragon from us. However, LeBlanc comes in. She almost kills me. And here's my second death, also preventable. What I did was... I thought I was in human form. We're actually going to rewind it. Sorry, I know you guys hate it when I rewind, but we're going to rewind it twice, because we're going to watch all of this. So the Nautilus ults the Quinn, and then once his ult hits, I'm going to stun. I did it a little bit early, but it doesn't matter. We kill her. And then I come over to make sure that Maokai's not going to steal the dragon from me. So I'm trying to clear his vision, trying to get my own vision. LeBlanc comes in. She almost kills me. Luckily, the dragon did not hit me, so I am going to live. I'm going to slow it down here. What happens is my team goes on LeBlanc, which they should do, but then Maokai goes on the Vlad. He's going to kill the Vlad. And then me, I thought I was in human form, and I was going to try to stun the Maokai so that my team could kill him. But I was still in spider form, so when I E'd in Maokai's general direction, Elise insta-repelled him, and then he just ended his ult, and I'm going to die. I think my team is going to be able to finish off the Maokai here. Yep. And all in all, it's not that awful of a trade. We pretty much got 4 for 2, if you guys have been keeping up with the count. However, once again, it should have been 4 for 1. That was another mistake of mine that there was no reason that should have happened. And he is going to die. Oh, no. Okay. He's good. And Tristana jumps in to make sure he doesn't die. But yeah, my first few deaths, I think the next one too, were just very bad mistakes. And normally they wouldn't be super punishing, but when you're already losing, you really can't afford to be making those slight mechanical errors. So that's going to be a major reason of why I think we lost this game. Now, when you see the final scores, especially Vlad's, you're going to say, okay, well, you know, who could win with a mid laner like that? But that's not healthy thinking. You really got to think about what I could have done better. And certainly all of my early deaths could have definitely been prevented if I had been paying attention. Yeah, I come for a gank on Quinn because it's really free. She has no escapes other than her flash, and her flash was down from the bot gank. I did know that. So I come up here. All I'm going to do is cut her off to make sure that she doesn't get an easy escape. She did blind me, so when I was blinded, I didn't chase her. I just ran up because if she avoids me, she's going to go towards Cho'Gath, and if she doesn't avoid me, you know, I'd be in easy range once I got unblinded. So we are going to kill her. All I have to do is hit one stun, or I think Cho'Gath might hit his stun first. Basically, Quinn is super easy to gank in lane if you have decent CC, which we have decent CC, so we kill the Quinn. And then Maokai is doing my jungle, and I am going to try to get him out of here. However, he did have LeBlanc right on his right next to him, so I can't go super aggressive on him. I do manage to get him out of my jungle, and I am going to go for my red. Now, remember what we were talking about early game, what I needed to do to win this game? I needed to put a band-aid on mid. I have not done that yet, and I need to snowball Trist. I did not snowball Trist, but luckily she is actually doing pretty well right now. However, right now she makes a big mistake, and she's going to die to Maokai. That was just unlucky that she happened to jump in as soon as Maokai came around the corner. But I have not done either of the two things that I told you guys I should have done. Obviously, in game, I wasn't thinking about them, or I might have actually done them, but in hindsight, it's a lot easier to, you know, see what you did wrong. And that's the whole point of this video, so that I don't make the mistakes again. Here, we get into a brawl with him, and normally a jungler and support can't beat a jungler and AD carry, but we kind of had an advantage there. I am going to flash onto the Maokai to try to kill him. He's going to flash, and I don't actually manage to get the kill, but all in all, it's just my flash for his. And really and truly, Maokai's flash is worth more than Elise's, just in an even world, because Maokai likes to flash snare people, and as you guys know, as soon as Maokai gets to click his snare on you, you're getting snared. There's nothing you can do. You could teleport across the map, and, well, actually I think Maokai lands where you were, but basically if you stay on screen, so if you like flash away or something, Maokai's coming for that booty. So anyways, that's why flash is really important on him. And then on Elise, she does have her Spider E, which is pretty much like a flash onto champion, so it's not going to ever be the same scenario where I need to flash root somebody. It's not going to happen. So all in all, it's a pretty even trade. In the background, you saw me clearing. I am going to be going for pretty much the standard build that I showed in the Elise in-depth guide. It's the exact same build still. I don't know if I recommended Swiftness Alacrity in that build or in that guide, but you still do that. You just want to move around the map as quickly as you can on Elise. That's pretty much... She's kind of like an AP Rek'Sai in a way. So if you saw the in-depth Rek'Sai guide, which came out the other day, you can compare Elise to Rek'Sai. Anyways, I've finally come to put a band-aid on mid. However, as soon as I get here, Vlad runs back in for some reason, and he is going to die. Goodbye, Vlad. And then here, I save my repel, and I'm going to be able to finish off a LeBlanc for that. I've mentioned this before, and on any champion with a dash, you don't ever use your dash at the beginning of fights if you don't have to, because whenever an enemy flashes away, it's always better to have it and then use it to catch up to them. I think I've done that to LeBlanc. I know I've done it at least once, and I think I did it to Quinn once, maybe. Basically, save your dashes, is long story short. Here, unfortunately, my bot lane was very out of place. I don't know what they were doing there. What I could have done is actually recalled as soon as I stopped fighting the Quinn and then gone straight back to the dragon. I couldn't have saved my bot lane either way, but I could have contested this dragon. And our team does not have a dragon yet, neither does theirs, but when you're already losing this much early game, well, we're up in gold, but actually, I don't even know. Do we have more turrets? Okay, they just don't have a turret yet, so that's why we're up in gold. As soon as they start taking turrets, we're going to go down in gold. But all in all, early game, while you still have a chance of contesting dragons, you probably should, because late game it becomes like a suicide Hail Mary to try to contest stuff, and then if you die late game, as you guys probably know, it's super punishing. But I did not back from the Quinn. I did clear my whole jungle, and I am going to come to the Rift Herald to clear it, just because it gives 50 gold to everyone on your team. It's not awful to do Rift Herald. I'm going to keep myself because Elise is all about that mobility. But all in all, I haven't really done anything for my team. I haven't got them a dragon. I haven't helped take any turrets. We only had the one turret top because I think Cho'Gath's just a really good pusher. But all in all, I'm kind of slacking. My score doesn't show it, and this game, my whole team, I'm glad I didn't record this live, because my whole team flamed the Vlad. I did not. I tried my best not to flame anyone, and I was trying to act like the therapist, you know, like, hey guys, chill, it's fine, we can do this. But did not work, and really and truly, I don't think that Vlad deserved like half of the hate they gave him. Our whole team tried to kind of just put this all on Vlad. But I did not feel like I had a good game at all this game. My score doesn't really show it. And here, I did snare the Jenna, and now this follows up with some CC and it's easy kill. But all in all, I did not have a good game, unfortunately. I just didn't do enough. Score-wise, it looked good, but I didn't push any turrets, I didn't take any dragons, and I didn't snowball my carries. So even though I kind of snowballed myself, it doesn't matter if you don't snowball your carries. Here, Cho'Gath's a little overextended, and the enemy team's going to kill him. And now it's looking pretty grim for our team. Gold-wise, we're actually tied simply because we're better at taking turrets than them so far, but they are going to start taking a lot more turrets. They are double ADC, so inherently they're better than us at taking turrets. And the gold lead's going to start to get pretty drastic pretty soon, I'm sure. But anyways, we can talk about item builds, because I'll probably talk more. If I make another big mistake, we'll talk about that. But basically, the general sum of why I lost this game is because I failed to do those critical things early, which one was snowball my Tristana, and two was make sure my Vlad didn't end up 0-7 by 17 minutes. You know, I could have prevented this. Even if I had to lane with Vlad, just to make sure that he got some CS or something, you know, there's always a way to prevent this. But anyways, we'll move on to the build, and we'll stop saying the same things over and over again. The build this game, while it should be the exact same build as the in-depth guide. I did mention that. I should have rushed Abyssal first here, and the reason for that is normally you want to rush Rylai's, almost always you want to rush Rylai's first, but two things, or maybe three things, are the reasons that I should have rushed Abyssal first. One, our team is full AP, other than Tristana, and Tristana actually went an AP on hit build because she saw Stixay do it in the LCS. This was the day of CLG versus Team Liquid, so she saw that. And it's not, I don't think the build's that bad, but all in all, it just means that our team pretty much only does magic damage. So that means that we need to build at least one Abyssal so that when we're near each other, we lower their magic resistance and we all do a little more damage. So that's one reason. Two, LeBlanc's 8-2, and Maokai's 8-1. They're both magic damage dealing champions, and they're both obscenely ahead. So that also leads me to want to go for the Abyssal here. My team's just getting caught left and right. What I could do to prevent this is get up vision myself, which I am going to work on, but I don't actually have a pink on the map right now. That's a mistake. You can always put up a pink, and always smite my raptors. I did not have, or maybe they got, I don't know why, whatever. I didn't have great vision control either. But anyways, we'll go back to the Abyssal. First reason, we're all AP. Second reason, their AP champions are super fed. And then the final reason is Abyssal is about 100 gold cheaper than a Rylai's. And when your team's getting stomped, which our team's getting absolutely ground into dust this game, it's never a bad idea to go for the cheap item. So I am going to speed it up a little bit here because it's just jungling. But all in all, I failed to realize this in game, but these are facts. So if you guys remember in your games, you're going to have a little more success than I did. When you're behind, you can build the cheap items first, and especially in this scenario where we're all AP and they're most of their damage is AP right now, Abyssal definitely would have came in handy here. Once again, another very greedy death on my part. I thought that I could execute LeBlanc with a flash Q. Unfortunately, do not do that much damage, so she's going to get away, and then I'm going to die because I kind of flashed in, so I don't have my flash to leave. Just another, like I said, that's my third death, and all three of these first deaths were so preventable. I think at this point in the game, I might have been playing a little worse than my standard, just because I was kind of tilted, I guess. I don't like to say that I'm tilted. I don't know. It just seems like an excuse that everyone uses, so I don't like to say that, oh, I was tilted, that's why I play bad, but I was definitely playing worse because of the circumstances in the game. So anyways, like I said, all three of my first deaths could have been easily prevented. Now we'll go back to the build a little bit. I did finish Dead Man's Plate first. Actually, that was a total mistake. The reason, my thought process was they're double AD carry, and it gives you insane mobility, so you know it's always a good item to get. And I already had a Negatron cloak, so it's not that bad. But their AD carries aren't doing anything. Quinn's doing okay, but she's not going to focus me. Quinn's kind of like an AD carry assassin. She's going to try to just kill Tristana, and then Jin's not doing anything. So there was no reason for me to go Dead Man's Plate first. While the mobility is nice, if you can't do anything with the gained mobility, you know, why would you build it? Here I am bullying the Maokai a little bit in his jungle. Quinn comes up a little too soon for my preference, and then I'm going to die. So that is the fourth death. Spoiler alert, I do actually die 6 times this game, and I think it's the last 2. I think from now on my deaths are going to be a little less ridiculous, but my first 4 deaths definitely preventable, and pretty pathetic that I did die this much this game. But anyways, here Vlad tries to get some work done, but it's not going to work because Maokai completely counters Vlad, by the way. Maokai counters most AP mages, but Vlad in particular just gets dumpstered because he's an AoE AP mage, and then Maokai can just throw up his ult, and Vlad just it's over. But anyways, Dead Man's Plate was a mistake. Like I already said, I should have rushed Abyssal. I think what I should have done is Abyssal into maybe honestly a Banshees, because Banshees, even though it's a magic resist item, obviously Banshees kind of hard counters Quinn because if she's not able to get all of her passives up on you, she's not going to do that much damage. It's good versus Jin. All in all, might have been better to rush that and then go for a Dead Man's afterwards. But I do need to get a Rylai's in there somewhere too, and I think I might actually build that second. Not 100% sure. I did just watch this replay because I usually try to watch my replays. I usually watch them on like 8 times speed just so I have a general idea of what's going on in the game before we watch it. But did not check my build. However, we'll speed up a little bit. Tristana is solo pushing, so Assassin Quinn's going to kill her. Not that much is going that well for our team. What our team can do, we're down 3,000 gold, which is really not that bad. Obviously it's bad, but you know, it could be a lot worse. What our team needs to do to win, one, we need to lock it like yesterday. Same reason that we need the Abyssal, we need to lock it. Get one of those on our squad, and we need to group. Although they're better, they're definitely stronger, and they're probably stronger in team fights than us. With a Quinn, you can't really afford to split push versus a Quinn when everyone's behind. So, like I said, even though, and then here I'm messing with the Quinn, and I wasn't watching my minimap closely enough. They are actually going to all jump on me, but I am actually going to live here, and this is where the Dead Man's Plate came in handy. Maokai does his full burst on me, and he's not able to kill me, and then since I have Dead Man's Plate, I have a ton of mobility and a good bit of armor, so Quinn's not going to be able to last hit me. Quinn comes ulting in, but at that point I'm already at the turret, and I'm going to get out of here. But yeah, what our team needs to do, we need to get vision up in our jungle. We need to group up so that Quinn doesn't assassinate people, and we need to get a locket, and we need to maybe get a GA on Tristana, because Tristana wasn't doing terribly. She had a chance to carry this game, but since none of us have that great, maybe Nautilus needs to hard peel for Triss by just ulting LeBlanc if she comes in. But Triss needs to just play really safe. That's how our team can win this game at this point in the game. However, Cho'Gath's a little out of place, so Maokai jumps on him. They get a lot of damage on the Cho'Gath and a lot of damage on the Nautilus, but me and Tristana are fine, so we're going to come in and poke a little bit. And then Jin gets a little too close, and he's out of ammo. So I go ahead and flash on him. I flash stun him. I do my full spell combo on him. And meanwhile, Tristana's wailing on him. We are going to kill the Jin. Somebody recalled here. I think they were just really low health, so they wanted to get the hell out of here. So they do. Basically, Jin... the reason I did flash stun that Jin there is simply because he was out of ammo. So I knew that he was not going to punish me very much for flashing onto him. And I think their carries were low or something. You saw that somebody was recalling. It might have been LeBlanc. Basically, I was pretty safe to do that. So I make a play, and then we go for the Baron. However, I can't tank this Baron alone. I need either Cho'Gath or Nautilus to do it. Nautilus is busy feeding, and Cho'Gath is trying to save our feeding Nautilus. I am actually going to die to this Baron, I think right here. Yeah, I do die to the Baron. And we do get the Baron, but what happens is our Tristana tries to fight a little bit too long. However, she is going to jump out of there, and then she doesn't recall here. The enemy blue trinkets it, and then she runs into Jin. So overall, I think I did call that Baron, because I'm one for when you're getting absolutely crushed. I mean, all 5 of us died, so it was 18 to 28. When you're getting dicked on, there's no reason to not go down fighting, like throwing at Baron. Like everyone, you know, you'll say, oh, it was a dig Baron, it was a throw. That wasn't a throw at Baron, because since we were already getting completely dicked, you can't really throw at that point. So that's why I called for the Baron. The Baron call wasn't the worst thing. However, I couldn't tank it myself. I should have probably gone range and then just got the Baron to kind of switch targets a little bit. Or, realistically, if Nautilus had been in the pit with us, it would have gone a lot better. But all in all, it was a desperation play. The good news is that since we got the Baron and all died, at least no one in the game is going to have it. And what I mean by that is no one on their team is going to have Baron, so they're not going to be able to instantly end. You know, as most Baron throws go, the enemy team actually gets it. So here, we did get it, but we just all died afterwards. Here, I know that Maokai is in my jungle, and I figure most of his team's here, but I'm just going to try to bully the Quinn a little bit to get them to show themselves, because we don't really have vision. But all in all, this game's pretty much over. The Baron thing was, like I said, I don't think the call was that bad. It was just really poor execution by our team. And I probably could have lived by being in human form a lot more. But now, the game's looking pretty rough. The only way that we win this game now, we can't really out-strategy them. We just have to wait for them to throw, because everyone throws, because it's League of Legends. And then maybe capitalize on that and somehow win. But realistically, they have to throw pretty harshly to actually lose this game. And it's just probably not going to happen. So we're going to go ahead and speed it up. I really don't have anything else to talk about in this video. So, well, here, we'll just commentate the fight, I guess. Vlad gets a little too close, so Maokai's going to jump on him. However, you saw Quinn in the back, and I do not want Quinn to kill this Tristana, so I'm going to jump on the Quinn as well. We are going to completely blow up the Quinn, but in the meantime, Vlad died, and LeBlanc is still full life. So LeBlanc comes in to dumpster somebody. She is going to kill me. Here, like I said, my last 2 deaths weren't really preventable. In that scenario, I peeled for my Tristana. I did what I could. She gets out alive, and then I'm just going to have to die for it. No, that's fine. In a realistic world, I would definitely rather die before my AD carry, but this game, it's just unfortunate that any of us had to die, because we're going to start losing turrets. And then they start working on the bot turret. Luckily, their team actually really sucks at taking turrets. Neither Quinn or Jin are that great at actually killing turrets. I mean, obviously, this late in the game, they're going to be able to do it, but that's why we had that gold tie. This game was definitely winnable. It was winnable for most of it. I think I just did not pressure the map well enough early game, is why I have to, my final judgment on why did I lose this game. However, there were plenty of mistakes I made. All of my early deaths were preventable, and that probably would have changed a lot in the game if I just, you know, if I was only 7-3 at this point, not 7-6. So, all in all, kind of a letdown. My gameplay, like I said, at this point, it's pretty much only Vlad and Nautilus and Cho'Gath typing, because Cho'Gath and Nautilus were flaming the crap out of this Vlad, and he was responding, trying to defend himself. So, wait, why did I... I lost my train of thought. Not that important, but basically, I was gonna say I had a point. I had a point. That's the reason that I mentioned the they were just typing constantly in chat. It doesn't matter though. It's gone. Point's gone. My brain is scatterbrain. So, anyways, game's pretty much over. I will go ahead and speed it up. I guess I was typing here trying to chill them out. Like I said, I wasn't flaming anyone this game. Not to say that I'm a saint. You know, I do flame people every now and then. I really try to refrain from doing it, but sometimes you just get so frustrated that stuff slips out. And actually, there was one game I played with Stonewall. I know most of you guys know who Stonewall is. I had played with him twice in solo queue. One time we were on the same team and we won, and the second time he was on the other team and I was actually top lane. I was not in the jungle, so it wasn't actually me versus Stonewall in the jungle, or I probably would have uploaded that video, but I did absolutely crush him in the second game. Was not really his fault, but that's just the record between me and Stonewall. We won one game together and I beat him in the other game. But anyways, not that any of that is important. My point being, the one game I did play with him, I actually got a really bad first impression with Stonewall, which kind of sucks because he's been a guy that I looked up to for a really long time, you know, in the jungle, or as a YouTuber and as a jungler. But in the game that we did play, I was really stressed out because it was my first diamond promos, and I was shot calling, but I was shot calling really rudely, and basically, long story short, that was one of the games I flamed. Stonewall knows about it. He probably doesn't remember me anymore, but feels bad because I had a bad first impression with him. Anyways, here it's kind of the final team fight of the enemy team's so fed that Maokai can just jump in and do whatever the hell he wants. So he does that, and then in the meanwhile, Jin ults. Their team follows up. They're really mobile and they do a lot of damage, so our team's kind of screwed here. I am going to flash over and finish off the LeBlanc because she was really low, and this is my final score, 8-6-4. You're going to actually watch me run from the Quinn, because what happens is, you know, most Quinns think they can catch people, so she's going to ult, and what I'm going to do is just stun her as soon as she comes around the corner, pop, and she's going to get out of her ultimate, and then I'm going to run away, but she's going to ult again. However, luckily this time she did not follow me correctly. Somehow she ran down instead of up. But it doesn't matter because our Nexus is dying. So anyways, long story short, I think I just had really bad pressure this game. Obviously my first few deaths were definitely preventable, and that's just something you can't tunnel vision. You got to be focused on what's going on around you, you know. There's a difference between playing super safe and playing correctly, I'll say, because sometimes you play too safe, and if you play too safe you don't get anything done. But in this game in particular, me playing a little more aggressive than I should have cost me a lot of early deaths, and every death matters. The less I died, the more I would have been able to pressure the map. More likely that we could have turned a lane around and actually carried this game. So that's it. I'm sorry that my commentary for this episode was kind of all over the place. Like I said, I'm a little scatterbrain right now, but anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Music links in the description below. Subscribe if you haven't already. Like the video. Go ahead and leave if you don't want to hear me talk about how likes work, but basically, likes actually make a really big difference on YouTube videos. I don't think a lot of people know that. Probably only people who actually care about getting YouTube views would care about this, but basically when a video goes up, Google takes a portion of the people that watch it and actually like it, and depending on that ratio, Google will start promoting it, and or YouTube, you know, Google owns YouTube. So basically that's why people always ask for likes. I know a lot of people think that's really douchey for people to ask for likes, but it makes a huge difference. So long story short, if you want to like the video, thanks. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.